Hey everybody, welcome to the Short Score. This is the fourth bonus episode of the Short Score. We're kind of feeling our way through how to do this at this point, kind of give you a short weekly update of everything that's going on in pro rodeo, in the World Series, USTRC, and all kinds of industry news. I'm here with my assistant editor, Caitlin Gustav. How are you, Caitlin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Look at your highlighted sheet of notes. You've got all kinds of stuff.
I know. There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. So we'll start like we always do with kind of what's going on at the PRCA level, at the open guys level, because there's a lot of interesting movers and shakers right now. What's going on? You give me a rundown of what happened last weekend.
Well, we have a new leaderboard change. Dustin Egiskiza and Corey Kuntz are now in the lead with $98,698.20.
Did you practice how to say Dustin's last name before?
No, I think I'm just kind of used to it
You're
now
used to it now.
from saying it so much.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I don't know. But they ended up banking over $9,000 over the weekend. They won Kennewick, Washington, after roping 314 seconds. That gave them a little over $4,000, and then they tied Derek Begang, Corey Petska, who
in the first round.
In the first round, they won it. And, I mean, that team's doing really well too. That added another $2,000 to their earnings, and then they tied Bubba Buckaloo and Tyler Worley for second in the second round. And then they won the finals round too, so they had a pretty good weekend there.
Yeah, and then Eric and Clint did awesome too. That's second on the list, huh?
That is second on the list. They placed
Eric
second.
Rogers and Clint Summers. Sorry, I didn't say their full names. Okay, go ahead.
Eric Rogers and Clint Summers, they placed second at the Rancho Mission Viejo Rodeo in San Juan, my hometown. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I texted Clint yesterday. We were sitting on the back porch and we texted Clint and said, "Congrats, how's it feel?" And he said, like, nothing he's ever felt before. He said he can't even describe it, which is awesome. And what we're talking about is that Eric and Clint have pretty much clinched their trip to the national finals, and that's awesome for Clint because he's won the IPRA, the Amateur Association back that's, the other half of our country, and he won the George Strait, and this has kind of been it's been hanging out there. He needed to make it to his first trip to the finals. So congrats, Clint. We're happy for you.
Yeah, he's currently sitting 8th right now, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's at, what does he have, 74,001?
A little over 74,000.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, and then Ren Richard and Quinn Kessler. Ren is jumped from 22nd in the world standings to 12th. That was a pretty big move.
Yeah, he cut his thumb off just last year. He sold his good horse, so I was excited to see that and surprised because I hadn't seen his name pop up a lot. So.
Yeah, that was it was a kind of not a shock to see it in the
he ropes great, but a big
jump.
Yeah.
Big jump. Quinn jumped from 24th to 15th, so he's in there right now. They had a pretty good weekend. And Spencer Mitchell and Russell Cardoza, they teamed up again. They're roping together. And Spencer is now 13th in the world standings, and Russell is just shy of breaking into the top 30. It
seemed like a lot of teams that really needed to do well at San Juan did well. There were a lot of guys on the bubble that got in there. Okay, yeah, and then didn't a rookie win San Juan?
Jeff Flanagan, he's roping with Jake Miner, and they won San Juan after roping their steer in 5.1 seconds, adding a little over 9,000 to their earnings, so that's pretty good. Jeff now jumped up into the number 1 spot of the Resistol rookie standings, and
the rookie standings are crazy this year because Brenton Hall is, those are some amazing rookies, both Bretton and Jeff, and then everybody in the standings. So is Bretton close?
Bretton's close. Bretton's second. Him and Chase, they placed at San Juan too. They ended up 6th. And yeah, Bretton's now 25th in the world standings and second in the rookie standings. And Jeff is now in the top 20 in the world standings. So that's cool to see 2 rookies up there in the top. Like, hopefully one of them makes it to the
it's always cool.
finals, if not both. That'd be pretty cool.
Definitely. Oh, and then on the Begay and Petska watch, we're kind of paying attention to what those guys are doing, just because Derek came out of absolutely nowhere and won 50,000 in a month.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't winning Pueblo, but they are winning the second round there with a 5-1, which is really doing it. The box in Pueblo is 19 feet deep. And he's roping with Tyler Worley there because Petska was at San Juan. So that's pretty exciting to see. That's just kind of chipping away at him. If I were a guy in the 15th, 16th spot, Derek Begay wouldn't be somebody I would want on my tails, that's for sure. So.
No.
Yeah. And then the big rodeo that's coming up this weekend is Ellensburg. Everybody's going to be headed to Ellensburg. That's another big payout. So we will be standing by and watching and keeping you all up to date over the next week. Okay, on to the World Series of Team Roping. The number 8 Heartland finale is the big news. It's in Hamilton, Texas, coming up this weekend. So far, the Heartlands have paid out $802,000 just in a few ropings. And in addition to the added money, every team placing in the average or consolation qualifies for the finale in Las Vegas. The top 10 winners will also receive Gist Silversmith buckles and Cactus Saddlery saddles. So don't miss, there's still the 8, and then the 9 will be in Stephenville on September 27th. So make sure those are on your calendars if you're anywhere nearby. If you got to fly in, get to those ropings. Those are huge payouts. Oh, the big roping coming up for the USTRC in this next week is the Vegas of the South Super Qualifier in Tunica, Mississippi. John Johnson's putting that roping on. He always does. And funny, I say that, John Johnson is our episode of The Score this week. So now that you know his roping is coming up, before you go to that roping, you get to listen to him on The Score that comes out at Thursday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Mm-hmm. All right, before we go, I want to make sure that you are looking at those entry deadlines for the U.S. Finals. The Cinch National Finals of Team Roping discounted earned entry deadline is September 21st, 2018. Direct entries must be postmarked by September 28th, 2018. The stall reservations must be postmarked by September 21st, 2018 to receive the standard rate. Anything after that is a $20 per stall per night charge. Those stall charges add up. You can't say you didn't know. Pay attention. All right, with the World Series of Team Roping, the finale deadline is also fast approaching. October 15th is the day you've got to remember. That's your direct entry deadline. That's when you've got to have your partners named. That is when your accumulated earnings entry deadline is. Remember, October 15th, 2018. Get those in. Well, guys, this is a pretty short episode of The Score. We're in the middle of production on the magazine. The magazine goes out the door this week. This is our October issue. In it, you are going to see... Caitlin, what are you going to see in the October issue?
You're going to see a little inside scoop on the U.S. Finals, prizes and extra ropings and more.
Yeah, we've got everything on the prize line for the U.S. Finals, which is coming up, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a story on Relentless and the brand, the empire that Trevor Brazil has built around it. Kendra Santos wrote that one. We've also got,
Running horses.
Yeah, one of my favorite stories. The barrel racer in me loves the story on the running bred head horses. Julie Mencken wrote it. She's clutch, absolutely clutch. And she wrote a story. You'll see Kate on our cover, Clay Tryon's late great mare. She graces the cover as kind of a promo for that story. Kate went back to Dash for Cash. There's a whole line of great head horses that went back to horses off the track. So Julie gives you the whole rundown on all the breedings that you should look for in head horses if you really want one that's going to run. I know a lot of guys are riding them that are just kind of want to flat fly right now. So, and that kind of ties into Trevor and his Relentless story too, because he's got the deal with Reliance Ranches, where he's riding JV, who everybody noticed this summer just
Especially
fast.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, we posted the video from Cheyenne of that head horse just dirty flying. I mean, he is so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so that's a good story. Oh, Junior, we've got tips from Junior on healing, which who doesn't want tips from Junior on healing? Yeah, so he's got all kinds of quirky tips about staying hooked and being able to rope one that's falling down, which is kind of a cool story. So, in the meantime, thank you all for listening to the short score. It was pretty short this week, and we will talk to you all here in a couple days on The Score with John Johnson.